The New South Wales government has led the way in opening up the economy at every turn, showing other states exactly how it's done. Well, the state is on track to hit the first vaccination milestone, 70% double jabbed, in as little as 10 days now. This afternoon's numbers show that New South Wales has had 84.7% first doses and a whopping 57.8% have now been fully vaccinated. It is welcome relief for the business community, of course, who have been struggling under lockdown for months and months. And now the Berejiklian government has unveiled a bold plan to welcome back international students, a sector, well, it's worth billions to the economy. Up to 650 students will quarantine in accommodation at Redfern, south of the city, as part of a pilot program set to begin before the end of the year. David Harding is the Executive Director of Policy and Advocacy with Business New South Wales, and he joins me now. Thanks for your time, David.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
This plan will provide a big boost to business, won't it?
Well, I mean, it's a wonderful time to be on your show and talking about such good news. I mean, the return of international students to New South Wales, it has been long awaited. The sector is vital, and it's been decimated for 2 years. So seeing these green shoots coming through of recovery in this sector are just so welcome. It's fantastic news.
It's not just about the fees that they pay our tertiary institutions, although the universities are interested in that. It's the fact that they live in a city and they spend in a city and consume.
Well, absolutely right. And New South Wales has 11 universities, and on a global scale, we punch well above our weight. And those universities employ almost 100,000 people. But you're absolutely right. It goes way beyond there. It's the communities that support them. It's the industries that support them. It's the students themselves. It's housing, there's tourism, and the students themselves provide a vital piece of our labour market as well, don't forget. And also, it's key diplomacy. These are people from overseas in our house.
Yeah, there is that. Can I ask, they've only given us a certain amount of information. From the information you've looked at, are enough measures in place to prevent the protocols from falling down? Because we don't want this program to be wiped out by a mistake.
Oh, look, this is obviously an announcement ahead of a pilot. I'm not aware, as you aren't, of the details around this, but I'm quite sure that, as you say, a small number in the pilot scheme before New Year will prove the system. We'll learn from that. And look, through next year, I would be very hopeful that we can get our systems right, get our protocols right, do this safely, do this efficiently, make it right for the students, make it safe for the communities, and build from that.
Looking at the current jab trajectory in New South Wales, we'll certainly be partially reopening on October 11. We might at a pinch get it in by October 5 after the long weekend. But let's look at October 11. What's that going to look like for business?
Well, I think this is a time to give a great call out to the New South Wales communities that have punched ahead so quickly with the vaccinations. And you're quite right. I mean, the original date of the 18th now looks more likely to be the 11th. And businesses are excited at the prospect of reopening. The public health order has not been published yet, and we haven't seen the drafts, but there's been a lot of interaction between Business New South Wales and our business members with the government about what might go in that to make that clear and simple and easy to apply for business owners as they reopen. Exciting times.
We had a really good bounce back after the first lockdown, but this one, should we lower our expectations a bit?
No, I don't think we should. I think we should be optimistic about this. The pent-up spring within the economy, savings at a personal level, overall remain high, although we must be aware that some people have done it extremely tough. A lot of our small and medium enterprises in particular have been through a very tough period. But there's every expectation that we will bounce back and that the economy will come back quickly.
All right, not long to go now. David Harding, thank you for your time. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you very much for having me.